bottling the league yet again. They've had a mare this weekend, haven't they? They lost 2-1 to Bournemouth.
Strong words, boy. Strong words.
Yeah, it is, but it's true because they lost 2-1 to Bournemouth yesterday, and City, they beat Chelsea 3-0 today. They are now only 6 points behind with a game in hand.
I think at this stage of the season, this is what separates the men from the boys.
Yeah.
And Arsenal have hit a real dodgy patch of form, knocked out of 2 cup tournaments.
Yeah.
And now we thought that they would go in, they went to Lisbon.
No, so they played Sporting Lisbon at the Emirates. Got a good result there. Didn't play the greatest, but still got a result. Yeah. So you'd have thought that maybe that would have lifted the spirits, wouldn't it, going into this Bournemouth game. But watching them, it looked like they're playing on fear and nerves and scared to make a mistake. So it just tenses them up. And when you're playing like that...
You know all about that, don't you?
Yeah, I do, unfortunately. But yeah, it just like...
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. It just makes you more like vulnerable to mistakes and for teams to get at you. And Alex Scott's goal just sort of sums that up because no one's tracking him. They give the ball away and then he's just got a free shot. It's just... I don't know what's happened. Do you think they've fallen apart mentally?
They're definitely not playing with that freedom and confidence. I don't know. I think it's been over a sustained period, hasn't it? Because they've not particularly been ripping up teams and looking, exciting and normally when we have champions elect, they're usually like on a roll, banging in goals, destroying teams. They've kind of like been creaking towards it. A lot of goal set pieces and relying on things like that. But they were getting the results, and that's why when we were talking, I would always be saying, yeah, but you need, teams that grind out those 1-0ers, they tend to be the ones that end up winning the league. Really, you need to have that capability, but it's the wheels look like they're coming off. And all of a sudden, that pressure of expectancy, they got 9-point gap, and I think the pressure of it. When all of a sudden it's like you should be winning it now. It's your title. It seems that, like you say, that they've tightened right up, and they've not been as a lot of the big name players haven't really been performing.
Yeah, they haven't really stepped up to the challenge of it, have they? Really?
No, and City, although City have been slagged off all season, majority of the season, we'll be saying how poor they are. This is like a really poor season. Questioning Pep. And his tactics, questioning Pep, is it time for him to leave and things like that? And go on.
Sorry, talking about slagging people off. Have you seen Mikel Arteta's training methods? That's a joke.
Yeah, mate.
Holding pens.
Yeah, what's that about? Come on, you play football.
Yeah,
what's that about? Where's the benefit?
I generally cannot see a benefit in that, but his reasoning for it was to get the team working together more. Which is just bizarre.
Why holding pens?
Yeah, I don't...
Why, they're writing love letters?
I know, yeah, it's so weird. And then I've seen the even worse on playing a TikTok edit on a big screen.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I rate Arteta. I think he's done a really good job, but he does things that are a little bit too outside the box.
Yeah.
That's great when you're winning.
Yeah.
But if you look at these things that he's doing, this, the pen the pen game or whatever it is, and then like you said, the TikTok stuff.
Yeah.
When you're doing that, when you bring those into training, and then you're getting beat.
Yeah.
It's not a good look.
No, it's not.
It's not a good look. And now, like the pressure's well and truly on Arsenal. They've really got to, gather the thoughts together as a team.
Yeah.
Pull together, and they've got to have it's a dogfight now.
Yeah.
What is it? 6 games left? Is it? 6 games left. The difference is, City have played Chelsea in a crunch game there.
Yeah.
Right. It was 0-0 at half time.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Didn't look. I mean, I think Chelsea had a goal disallowed earlier on in the first half. It's 0-0 at half time. You know that when you go into that changing room, that's when your manager's earning his money.
Yeah.
And you know what Pep's coming with to fire him up and Arsenal slipped up. Do you want to win this league? We can cash them. Let's go out there and give it your all. They've gone out and smashed them 3-0.
Yeah.
That's the difference in these two teams right now, is that City are getting the results.
Yeah.
Right at the back end of the season. And I'm going to tell you now, honestly, if City win the league, after the season that they've had and the ridicule that everybody, us,
yeah,
right? Everybody, but especially Man United fans and Arsenal fans, everybody's been giving City a good showing. If they turn it round and they end up winning the league, wow, that is some achievement. Also, that tells you that Arteta's well and truly blown it with his lads.
That was going to be my next point. So, next week, Man City play Arsenal at home. That's an unbelievable game. We're definitely going to be watching that one.
Yeah, cannot wait for that one.
So, if City beat them and they win all their games, and Arsenal slip up even a little bit more, City win the league.
No,
does Arteta leave? Does he get the sack?
Well, firstly, I think if City beat Arsenal, I think it's as we stand now. I'm sure you need to check this, but as we stand now, it's in City's hands. If they win every game, it doesn't matter what Arsenal do. So Arsenal don't have to lose to City and lose again.
Yeah, it is. Sorry, I got that wrong.
Yeah, if Arsenal lose to City, then all City have to do is keep winning their games. If they win every game this season now, it's in City's hands. From a team that were 9 points behind and a team that was like that is for Arteta to go and Arsenal to go from that position to blowing it. You've got to think, this is. He might be the man that can take them really close to it, but then they need another man to cross the line, because you're not going to have a better chance than this season. Liverpool champions from last season being outstanding, this season being so poor, being so consistently poor. City have been poor. Chelsea have got a bunch of kids that are just finding their feet, right?
Yeah.
You've got all these teams that aren't on it. This is your chance to go out there and win the league. When you've had 9 points clear and at this stage of the season and you let that slip, that's unforgivable. So, I think there's a lot of people there, a lot of Arsenal fans there, let us know, but I think there's a lot of Arsenal fans that are going to be saying, Arteta, you're not the man. Especially when you're coming out with stupid little gimmicks.
Yeah, and it's not working.
And but they are gimmicks. They're what are they? Is that like, look at me, look at why I do things differently. People say that he's learned everything off of Pep. He's trying to say, look, no, Pep didn't teach me this. I'm doing this myself.
Maybe that's a good point.
If you've learned off a master, be happy to say I learned off the master, and he's won all these. I'm copying. I'm doing it my own way, but I'm copying. Fair enough. If that's what's going to bring you success, that's what you want to do. But don't go out of the box that far that you can't keep the four sides of the box intact.